Whew. All right, 4 o'clock in the morning, getting ready to head over to the airport to make my way to Oklahoma for the Mid-South gravel race. Super excited, but I am tired. Got up at 2:45, took a shower, got ready, drank a cup of coffee, and now I'm in zombie mode to get myself and my gear over to the airport. Got about a 3-hour layover in Dallas and then a connecting flight to the final destination in Oklahoma. Here we go. All right, made it to Dallas. I've got a connecting flight, 3-hour layover. So I'm gonna be in this airport for a while, but at least we're getting closer to Oklahoma. Man, I'm tired. All right, finally made it to Oklahoma. Long flight, but made it here in one piece, and so did my bike. Now we're ready to drive an hour north to Stillwater, where the event is going to be held and where the hotel is at. So, yeah, on to the next part of the adventure. What a ridiculously long day. I've made it to the hotel. I am here in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Not too far from where the event's going to take place. I think it's about 10 minutes going that way. Yeah, I'm just going to quickly get unpacked and then head out to get some supplies and most importantly, get some food. So in the morning, there's going to be a Sip and Zip coffee ride. I guess Zip is in town and they're hosting a group ride, just a easy 12-mile ride, social ride. And then later in the day, there's going to be a chamois butter or butt butter shakeout ride that I'm going to attend. So I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. But so happy that I finally made it here. I've been up since 2:45 a.m. and I am dog tired. So gonna get the bike built up, make sure everything is working and functioning correctly, and get some food. So I was just driving down the street from the hotel to try to get something to eat when just discovered this thing. Bumblebee from Transformers. Birds are loving it. They're shitting all over Bumblebee. Birds are just shitting all over Bumblebee. They love it. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? So even though my hotel is 10 minutes away from Balance Coffee, the meetup spot for the group ride, I still managed to be late. So I pull up as the ride is heading out, but at least I didn't have to chase the group down like I do normally. As you can see, there's a large turnout of riders, and I really love going on these type of casual pre-event rides because it helps to settle the nerves a bit. Sometimes you get to do a little bit of a course preview, and then also you get to connect with new people. I will say that I am also glad that I did this ride because I noticed a serious issue with my front wheel. I just mounted new tires earlier in the week and hadn't had a time to check everything out before the ride. So when I went on this group ride, I noticed that there was a pretty severe hop on the front wheel, and it was just pulling like all over the place. So I knew something wasn't right. So huge shout out to District Bikes for getting my wheel fixed. As it turned out, the wheel was out of true, so they got it all squared away, trued it up. And then also, like, this would have been pretty annoying to jump right into a 100-mile ride with my wheel just acting a complete fool, and would have been super dangerous. So can't thank the mechanics at District Bikes enough for getting everything fixed in a timely fashion. And shout out to District Bikes as a whole, because they are located in town right where the event kicks off, and they were super busy, but everything was moving like a well-oiled machine. So yeah, kudos to them. But yeah, this is a pretty cool ride. I got to talk to some folks and then ride over some dirt. It's just 12 miles, and then after that got some breakfast and went back to the hotel to do some work, because I was also working remotely. But this was a really cool day, and again, love doing these pre-event rides. It's a good way to get your head right and shake off any bad vibes.
Oh, you good? No. No. Like, where on the course will it be?
Roughly mile 80.
Okay, and it's like people can take pictures with it and all that?
Yeah.
Oh, dope. Hell yeah.
The entire weekend is dedicated to our friend, our late friend, Kurt Dykes.
Just got back from the event registration and all the festivities. Got the typical goodie bag with some cool branding. Mid-South has some really good graphic designers. I like their style. Got the shirt that came with my registration fee. Zip had a booth there, so I got a sticker. Got an aluminum cup. I'm a big coffee drinker, so this is gonna come in handy. Got the Mid-South logo on the back of it. This little card here is for a restaurant called Hatch, which is around the corner from where the event is taking place. And coincidentally, I just ate there this morning. I stumbled onto this place just by chance, leaving the Sip and Zip group ride, and went in there and was just shocked in terms of like how good the food was, and everyone that works there is incredibly nice. So yeah, if you're in town, check that place out. Hatch. Got a cool course atlas / map, which is also like a poster type thing. Really cool. I'm gonna check that out tonight. Paint stir, whatever you call it. Pretty cool. Bandana, whatever you want to call that. I am number 426, so I got my number plate for the bike. Mid-South dead last party, which is pretty damn cool. So they celebrate the last person to come across the line, and it's like the after party for the event. Also, Ride with GPS is there. Love that app. So this was a giveaway. You had to scan the QR code and then go by their booth to get a patch. That patch looks really cool. I'm mad that I did not read this earlier, because I could have got my patch before I left. Oh well. Some other cool stuff. Key ring thing. Chamois butter. Happy Trails Bike Club with the Mid-South logo on the back. Bottle and a shirt from Grassroots Gravel. Really good organization. Had a great conversation with the guy that's running the booth. This organization pretty much helps lower the barrier to entry for people that want to get on bikes, and it really helps to encourage people to get into bike riding. So had a great conversation with him. He's from Colorado. I believe the whole organization is from out there as well. Dope bottle, love the color. And then Swift Industries was also there. I like a lot of their saddlebags and just bags in general. Have not bought one yet, but I seen that they had a booth. Like this color combination. Needed a bottle, so bought one. Really don't need any more bottles, but whatever. And this, the Gravel Adventure Field Guide. So I bought this shirt because it looks pretty cool. Had a great conversation with the guy that was manning this booth. So when I bought the shirt, it came with this field guide. And this field guide in particular is about northwestern Washington. We somehow got into a conversation about Washington. I cannot remember, but told him that I go up to Seattle a lot to work. I live in California. So when he found that out, he gave me this book, and it's a guide of all these different routes that you can take, all gravel oriented, all these neat stats and facts about that particular area and the trail. So it's got like a QR code. You can pull up some ride with GPS data. I mean, this is an incredibly well designed book as far as I can tell so far. It's going to be really, really useful, very handy. So yeah, that is quite an haul of what I got from today's Mid-South registration day. Pretty cool. All right, finally, the race is underway. I've got 100 miles ahead of me and I'm feeling good. Normally I'm pretty anxious before an event, but I managed to get some good sleep last night and I woke up feeling incredible. So yeah, game on. So at this point, I'm pretty much just making my way through the pack, just trying to figure out positioning, observing everyone around me, and I know that just ahead, maybe a couple miles up the road, is the dirt segment. So I want to try to make my way up there as quick as possible because I know everything will start to shake out a bit in terms of who's going to be up front and the folks that are just going to kind of fall behind once we begin the gravel segment. By now the pro field is more than likely miles into the dirt segment, tearing it up, while us mere mortals are back here duking it out. So everyone's got a different agenda in how they're approaching this event. Some people are going for time, some folks are going at party pace, and I really like this event because you can approach it any way you want. If you want to race it, you can. If you just want to kick back and chill, you can also do that as well. But one thing is for certain, you will be challenged whether you're doing the 50-mile route or the 100-mile route. So as you'll see throughout the video, the road conditions are phenomenal. There's just a couple spots where there's some standing water, but I mean, it's gravel, so that's to be expected. And also you can treat that as a badge of honor. And then there's a significant creek crossing with some funny takes on how people navigated around that, which you'll see in a moment. As far as weather, it'll be mid-60s, so really good weather. Later in the day, it's mostly overcast, but for the most part, it is not raining, so I'm thankful for that. Past events that I've seen on YouTube, it's been a mud fest and looks really cold, but today, good conditions all around, so I'm excited to get on with the ride. It was really cool seeing all of the tandem gravel bike riders out at the event, like this couple that I'm passing. Their bike is insane looking. I love that bike. I had only ever seen a tandem road bike, so seeing all these gravel tandem setups was amazing. Check this person out with sandals on. So this is what I love about this event. There are so many different types of people. You know, you can wear road shoes, you can wear Vans, you can wear mountain bike shoes, whatever kind of bike you want to have. The whole point is to get out here, have fun, and enjoy the challenge. It's still super crazy to have sandals on in a gravel event. There's going to be rocks flying all over the place, so I'm sure that person's feet are getting ready to take a beating. Finally made it to the dirt segment. I'm excited. You can see the dust cloud off in the distance. This particular stretch of road was extremely dry, so very dusty, but things settle down later on in the course. So now at this point, I'm ready to start positioning myself and finding good wheels to follow. This guy up here in kind of the black and purplish kit seems to be a good person to follow, so I like that he kind of got on the left here. That can bypass most of the traffic on the right, so I'm going to kind of stay to the left portion of the road and get on his wheel while he just barrels through the traffic. When we got a little further down the road, I started to notice that the right-hand side of the road was fairly empty, so I decided to jump over here, pick a line, and just punch through. I had to occasionally weave around a few riders, but this worked out well. Staying on the right-hand side, I was able to bypass a huge number of people to gain even better positioning. See, and not much further down the road, more gravel, tandem bike riders. Yeah, I love it. That is impressive. I decided to jump on this guy's wheel. I had been following him for a while, and he was doing a good job navigating around the bottlenecks, but this guy on the yellow canyon almost got the guy in front of me and myself. Whew, spatial awareness, folks. All right, thanks for the pull. Now I'm gonna get off his wheel and get on down the road. So this is pretty much the first speed zone of the day where you can stretch out and really push the pace without having a bunch of people around you. The pack has pretty much thinned out at this point. So we're picking up a lot of speed here, only to come to a sudden stop, and you'll see exactly why. Everyone is coming to a screeching halt. We are approximately 12 miles into the race, and I had a good idea of what was happening up here because I read the route information and knew this was the Great Creek Crossing. Props to this guy for trying to hoist this big giant tandem bike over his head and plow through this creek. He topples over. You can see kind of in the background. He takes an L, but yeah, kudos to him for even attempting that.
I watched this girl go through this, and I was able to gauge how deep the water was and just said, you know what, I'm not going on the ridge over there on the left to wait in line. I'm charging through. So I pushed through and got up out of there. So now for the next 88 miles, I am going to have soggy feet.
Soft and wet. Yeah.
I was like, right there, like,
Yeah.
I'd rather have dry feet for 85 miles.
You're right. That's a good choice.
This hill that we are working our way up, I think it's around 4 to 5%, but this group of folks was really pushing the pace to get up over the crest of this hill. And then now we've got this long descent on a straightaway. This was super fun, and I was able to kind of work in with these folks that are taking really good lines. I'm feeling good about riding around them, so I feel like this part of the race is where folks that are more experienced are starting to show up, and we're separating ourselves from the more casual riders. Somehow I ended up getting myself pinched right here, so I'm not sure what I was doing. Maybe I was trying to squeeze in here on the right. Yeah, and then, I'm going to let the two faster guys on my left go. That probably looked more dramatic than what it was. The profile of the event pretty much looks like this. You're dealing with a bunch of short, punchy hills all day long, but super fun stuff. Jean jacket, jean jacket. This section was pretty fun. I was able to kind of hopscotch around, pick a line on the left or the right, and still have like a lot of room. Didn't have to worry about any collisions or anything. Everyone is pretty well spaced out, going at their own pace safely. Tandem gravel bikes, back at it again. The tandem riders came out in full force at this event. It's pretty funny to see how many people decided to dismount instead of just going through that small amount of standing water. Folks apparently are scared to get wet. More little hills. This group was really cool to work in with, so I ended up following this guy's Will, and then there's some other folks we caught up with. So I'd say for maybe 4 to 5 miles I was able to have some solid wills to trade places with. I love how red the dirt is. So all day there's varying shades of like this red color. Really kind of alternates between red and brown, but yeah, this is really unique looking stuff. Caught up to this guy, met him at the Sip and Zip pre-ride the day before the event. He was really cool. This aid station was really cool. I can always appreciate a good aid station at an event, so I would say that the Mid-South spared no expense. It had all the necessities and then some. Look at the bacon. Big tray of bacon. Dude had a spray bottle of margarita and scratch mix. Hell yeah. After that aid station, I noticed that the road traffic dropped off significantly, so now it's pretty sparse in terms of who you're on the road with from this point out.
What up?
Caught up to this nice group on a double track segment. Wasn't sure if she was coming over or not. It seemed like she drifted over to the left. I asked if she wanted to slide in, and she was like, nah. But yeah, this was a pretty cool segment. We're somewhere around the 40th mile, I believe, right here. The road sort of chops up a bit, and we lose the double track. I communicated to her, told her to slot in, because I can tell that she was getting ready to get stuck behind this guy on the right. Ended up riding with her for several miles, her and 2 other guys. So we ended up working together. And you can see where it really kind of gets rough in this section. So it was critical to pick a solid line and commit. I burned up a little bit of energy in here because the road is super rough, and at times you even lose the dirt path and you're just riding over straight up brush and grass. Alright, so I've settled into a line on the right. This double track is going to merge up ahead, and looking back at this segment, I wish I would have taken this tiny line that appears here on the left, because up ahead I couldn't quite see, but there's people that formed a bottleneck on top of this tiny stair step, which caused us to have to stop and then walk our bikes up over this thing that we could have just rode over. So I was disappointed. That killed our momentum. And then that put me at a huge disadvantage because now I got to start back on the bike on like a 2% gradient. So, c'est la vie. We are pulling into the second aid station in this pretty cool small downtown area. I was feeling great, so I decided not to stop. I wanted to just keep going because I want to have a decent time for this year. At least set a good baseline for when I come back next year and see if I can beat this year's time. So I just pushed through. It felt good to ride over some smooth concrete, get a small break from the dirt roads. We are transitioning back over to the dirt segment, so this was only a temporary reprieve. Alright, so this part is absolutely ridiculous. I have no idea why the Ride with GPS route on my computer sent me onto this abandoned property where I did all of these unnecessary water crossings. I think there were 3. I mean, they were shallow but super muddy, so my bike got pretty much wrecked going here, and I should have known better because I'm not seeing any ruts in the road or any signs that there's been 3,000 plus gravel riders riding through here. You know, this area should have been pretty well worn out by all the biking activity. So I stopped just about a mile up the road because I knew something wasn't right. I shouldn't even call this a road. This is just a field at this point where grass has overgrown what used to be a road maybe 50 years ago. I ended up stopping just to try to like figure out what the hell is going on, because I know something's up. And once I came to a stop, my bike computer started recalculating, and then it sent me back in the same direction that I came from. So what the hell? Since I had the course route in my bike computer and it was actively doing turn by turn, I trusted it. Ride with GPS has always been rock solid for me. It's been reliable. I have no idea what would have made it take me onto this abandoned property, but it was spooky back here. And I was expecting Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre to come running out of this house. Like, look at this thing. Creepy stuff. So I'm making my way off of this abandoned property and back onto the main road, which I am so relieved to see, and I cannot get out of that bush area any quicker. Unbelievable. So we're back on route.
Hey. Yeah, buddy.
Alright, I am pulling into the last aid station of the race. So this is at the 88th mile marker, and I'm getting ready to get in line to take a picture with the famous Salsa Cycles Purple Chase, and they're handing out a cool patch of it. Apparently this chase is out at this event every year, and I believe some other gravel events, but figured this is a good way to take a quick break and get my mind off of the all-day grind affair at the race, and have a little bit of fun before getting back on the bike. But I definitely got a little overzealous here at the food station. They had these incredible bacon and cheese quesadillas. They had quite a few different types of quesadillas out there, but I really took a liking to the bacon and cheese option, and then also guzzled about 3 mini Cokes and then this shot of whiskey.
Why not?
Why not? Thank you.
It's an excellent attitude.
I proceeded into the single track course, which was really cool. But I proceeded into this course with a raging side cramp from the whiskey, the quesadillas, and all the Cokes. Still had fun in here, but I was hurting. So it took about 15 minutes, I'd say, before the cramp subsided enough where I could get back to mashing on the pedals.
You okay? Okay.
wait for this. Yeah. Howdy, lady.
Alright, man, you stopped dancing at the wrong time.
Here we are going through OSU, Oklahoma State University, and we are close to the finish line. It is directly ahead. And there it is, the finishing arch. That is the sight to behold. That is what I love to see at every event that I do, the finishing arch. And I also get a hug from Bobby. So crazy, this man hugs every single participant that comes across that finishing line. So dope.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
So
Yes, sir!
Hell yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Non-alcoholic Coke beer.
So that's it. The Mid-South 2024, done and dusted. Speaking of being dusted, yeah, your boy's real flaky. Put in some serious work today. Now I gotta go back to the hotel, break the bike down, put it in its case, and get ready to fly back home tomorrow. Mission accomplished.